welcome to Simple Aquatics. This is going to be an introduction video to the channel. This video will branch off into a couple of series, one being this 10-gallon starter kit that's in front of you, and then another series will feature the mollies that are in front of you with breeding and caretake and all of that. And then it will also branch off into some product reviews, trying different things that I see in other people's tanks that I kind of want in mine. So we'll start off with the 10-gallon starter kit from the aquarium. From Walmart. It was less than 60 bucks. It came with the 10-gallon tank, this hood light, and then a hang on the back filter, which I'm gonna be honest, I had a completely different video and it was dogging this whole thing. It was talking so much crap on it, saying how bad it was, and then I went to take off the filter and I realized that I am an idiot. I'm an idiot because when I put the filter together and put it on there, I did not realize that the actual cartridge pad filter sponge thing that you want to call it, it was labeled on the top. It said front and back, and I had it in backwards. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I feel like if they labeled it, it must be because you have to put it a certain way. So I fixed it, and my tank has been running fine ever since. Like, the filter hasn't overflowed once, it hasn't done any of that. I've had no issues since I flipped it around. But before I flipped it around, I had gone out and bought two sponge filters. I bought this one from Aquatics. It was $10. And then I bought the one that's in the tank for $5. Actually, it was less than $5. I think it was like $4 and some change. And I also bought a heater when I first bought this tank because it didn't come with it. That was the only thing it didn't come with, besides the gravel and accessories, if you want to call them. But full breakdown of the tank. Tank, 60 bucks, even though it was less than, we'll just say $60. The heater was $10. The gravel, I bought two 5-pound bags. It was a little less than 10 bucks. And then all the decor in there, probably around $30. So a little over $100 just to have the tank without the fish. Not a bad deal, but I'm sure you can browse on like certain marketplaces and yard sales or something like that and find cheaper if you want. But this is just like simple stuff, basic, simple, nothing crazy, not yet anyway. We'll probably get to that later on. But so at first I was like, oh no, I bought a filter that I'm not going to need. But then I realized I'm getting another tank soon, so I'm just going to throw that in the tank and I'm going to run just the sponge filter in it. No hang on the back, just this, just that. And all you need to run that is just an air pump. And I already have an extra one, so that'll work out. Just got to get a tank, a light, and that will be for a product review. All right, now talking about my mollies. I have 3 different kinds of mollies in there. I have my golden panda mollies. I have 2 females, 1 male. And then I have 2 Dalmatian mollies, 1 male, 1 female. Yeah, the male, he's kind of mean, but I think he's just likes to mess with the ladies. And then in the back corner, you probably can't see him right now, but he kind of likes to hide in the corners. I have a Dalmatian balloon molly, which is a female. And I might get 1 more female Dalmatian molly and just call it a day with that for this tank at least. Maybe some sort of small pleco for the bottom, a couple of shrimp, but I will not have the shrimp yet until I get rid of all the fake plants and replace them with live plants, because I want to provide them with more cover and I want to get some Java moss in there for the shrimp. It's going to be, this whole tank is going to turn into its own ecosystem eventually. And we're also gonna, see if this tank is actually worth it, or if it's not. I honestly, if you're a beginner like I am with freshwater, like I've done saltwater tanks before, and I would love to do that in the future, which I will. I just want to do something that my kids can help me take care of so they can learn. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, also I left the small sponge filter in there because when I do get that new tank, I'm going to put that in the new tank at first just to help cycle it and introduce beneficial bacteria. And about 4 days ago, I did have some serious cloudiness going on, and I realized that it's called a bacterial bloom. And that's the only reason why I went and bought these sponge filters, because I didn't realize what was happening until after I had purchased it and fixed my hang on the back filter. Well, I didn't fix it, I fixed my mistake. But yeah, it was just beneficial bacteria, which clears up if you do nothing and you have like your tank running smooth. And as you can see, it's getting pretty clear. It was probably twice as foggy 3-4 days ago, and it's almost 100% clear right now. Probably hard to tell with the light shining through, but it's pretty much almost there. So in the future, once I find out one of my females to be pregnant, I will start the breeding series, and I will be like capturing them interacting the way that they're supposed to when they're supposed to be doing their business, I guess I would say. I'll try to upload stuff of that. I'll periodically do updates on the filter, how it's running, the heater, how it's running, the sponge filter and how that's running. Yeah, I'll just keep doing updates, but I will drop a video every Sunday on one of the series that I branch off with the breeding or the products or the tank. Either way, there will always be a video on Sunday, maybe a video on Wednesday. All depends on how active the fish are. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and till next time.